vehicle to realization of African agenda, and applauded Makerere University for setting up Julius Nyerere Leadership Center, which will front Mwalimu's ideology and Pan-Africanism for the young people.
Mwalimu Nyerere was quoted as to have said, "Unity will not make us rich, but can make it difficult for Africa and African peoples to be disregarded and humiliated." Let me repeat this. Unity will not make us rich, but can make it difficult for Africa and African peoples to be disregarded and humiliated. Reflecting on the importance of unity as reflected in this quote, we may wish to remember that the disunity of our African people led to the whole continent, apart from Ethiopia, being colonized by 1900.
The event, which attracted different people from the African continent, centered on Nyerere's biography, his contribution, and desire for a free and independent Africa.
I'm simply a believer, like many other believers in the world and in human history. What did he believe in? I believe in the equality and dignity of all human beings and the duty to serve. Their well-being as well as their freedom in a peaceful and cooperative society.
Neema Nyerere Drago, who represented the family of the late Nyerere, highlighted Nyerere's impact in leadership mentoring and the desire for young Africans to embrace science, technology, and innovation as a tool towards achieving Africa's agenda.
We have our youth, and 57% we were told yesterday in sub-Saharan Africa below the age of 30, if I remember correctly. That's a power tool. So that power tool and access to knowledge, I think universities and academic institutions have a very important role to play. Innovation, creativity, science and technology. I believe science and technology and innovation is one vehicle, if I may call it that way, that can propel us to the future that we all want to get to.
The Executive Director, Julius Nyerere Leadership Center, Nansozi Mwanga, reiterated on the center's contribution in mentoring the young people on Pan-Africanism.
The Julius Nyerere Leadership Center, in partnership with Makerere University, Uganda Management Institute, and the Nyerere Foundation in Dar es Salaam, will continue to work on ideas and strategic partnerships, not only with government, academia, and so on and so forth, in order to work towards the realization of the African liberation agenda for the prosperity and welfare of the African people. Africa.
In other news, over 70 witnesses are to testify in camera in the case where singer Charles Wesley Mumbere and his 200 subjects of facing charges are related to terrorism, murder, attempted murder, and aggravated robbery. This follows court allowing prosecution's application where it asked court for protection of witnesses in this matter from the accused and the public for security purposes.
In 2018, Parliament of Uganda passed the National Biotechnology and Biosafety Bill 2012, and in 2019 it was retabled before the House after the President refused to sign it into law. President Museveni, in his letter to Parliament, gave reasons why the bill had to be reconsidered by the House, including clarification on the title of the bill, patent rights of indigenous farmers, and sanctions for scientists who mix GMOs with indigenous crops and animals. A number of legislators supported the President's move to reject the bill. Now there is a section of legislators who have launched a fresh move to fight these GMOs, arguing that they are a danger to lives, environment, indigenous crops and animals.
This is where we are inviting you and the country to say no, that nonsense is not acceptable. What they really want is to control us, because somebody controls you when it comes to food. You are finished. You are totally dependent.
If we accepted GMO plants to be introduced here, very soon we shall have all our traditional crops infected with the GMO pollen. That is through wind, for example. Other agents of pollination include insects. Insects flying from one plant to another, doing cross-pollination.
We have prepared a bill that really prohibits GMOs. We know it's going to be a fight. It's a big one, really, I can tell you. Those guys will use a lot of money left and right, but we believe that God on our side.
Bufumbira East MP James Nsababutolo fears that when GMOs are introduced to the people of Uganda, traditional organic foods and cultures would be eroded, since farmers would have to buy fertilizers, insecticides and equipment, thereby developing a dependency on the multinational companies that own and sell the genetically modified organisms.
Our African traditional seeds, you plant, you harvest, you keep some, you for seasons and seasons. But these GMOs, you don't. Think about it. And they are taking away that little area of sovereignty we have.
MP Nsababutolo, together with other MPs, think that GMOs are a suicidal project and the people behind it do not wish Africa well.
GMOs as a weapon of destruction, GMOs as a weapon of oppression, suppression, exploitation, domination, perpetuation of more underdevelopment is that weapon they have found, and they want to use it effectively.
The legislators have vowed to fight tooth and nail to reject them.
I'll continue saying no. Things grow faster. Even when there's this chicken nowadays where they say 2 weeks of 4 months is ready, and we are proud of eating it. My brothers and sisters, days are coming when we shall realize the truth about this.
A genetically modified organism is an animal, a plant or microbe whose DNA has been altered using genetic engineering techniques. Shamim Naiga and Gloria Gutabinji, Parliament.
Shamim was giving us an update, a detailed story that is to do with a cross-section of legislators who have launched a fresh move to fight genetically modified organisms, saying they are dangerous to lives, environment, indigenous crops and animals. You saw the MPs there led by Bufumbira East legislator James Nsababutolo. They were really arguing that Uganda does not need GMOs, and they have asked the general public to join them in this particular fight. That is the detailed story we just had earlier on. Now, getting back to an update from Mombere's case, we're seeing over 70 witnesses. They are to testify in camera in the case where Msinga Charles Wesley Mombere and his 200 subjects are facing charges related to terrorism, murder, attempted murder and aggravated robbery. Now, this follows a court-aligned prosecution's application where it asked court for protection of witnesses in this matter from the accused and the public for security purposes.
In this matter, the Msinga of Renzululu Charles Wesley Mombere and his 200 subjects are facing charges of terrorism, murder, attempted murder, aggravated robbery, among other offences. Although the pre-trial of the matter is still ongoing, prosecution recently played to court over 70 witnesses to testify in camera in this matter due to security purposes. In a document ruling delivered by Lady Justice Alice Komuhanji Kauka of High Court International War Crimes Division, over 70 prosecution witnesses allowed to testify in camera. In a ruling, prosecution is allowed to fully disclose evidence to defense within 15 days prior to their testimonies in court, and after court confirming the charges against the accused. Court also ordered that prosecution will delay full disclosure of their identities, their names to be concealed from public, and the legal team for the accused persons. The ruling also allowed prosecution to disclose in summary the evidence of 42 witnesses during the full trial, which shall be done on 28 October 2022. The police statements and related materials, which are likely to disclose the identity and particulars of 28 prosecution witnesses, are to be disclosed in a redacted manner. In giving these orders, Lady Justice Alice Komuhanji based her ruling under Section 28 and Rule 22.7 of the Adjudicature of High Court and the International War Crimes Division Court rules. Komhanji added that the alleged witnesses are factual and their evidence may directly implicate the accused persons in this matter. Court also said this is done to protect witnesses from security threats upon their lives and their loved ones, but it's not intended to infringe on the rights of the accused persons. Almost Charles Wesley Mumbere and his 200 subjects, they committed the alleged offences in 2016 in Kasese district. Although Musinga Charles Wesley Mumbere is out on bail, he was, however, ordered not to go beyond the areas of Wakiso, Mukono and Kampala without court permission. Deborah Namamonde, Natong Rebecca, UBC News.
Thank you, Deborah and Rebecca, for the update. Now, moving on, institutions of higher learning have been urged to enhance students' capacity to be able to adapt to growing technology while officiating the 24th graduation ceremony of Andeja University in Lowero. Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, pledged government support to ensure the university establishes a business process outsourcing center to prepare young people for employment.
About 1,000 students have been conferred diplomas, degrees, masters and doctorates in various disciplines during Ndeje University 24th graduation. Ndeje University is a faith-based university that has put emphasis on science, technology, engineering and mathematics. The outgoing Vice-Chancellor of Ndeje University, Eliabu Gujo, expressed the need to invest in science and technology at lower levels of education.
Of high school STEM sciences, so that we have, a big reservoir of people aspiring.
To be 28%. So we hope that graduates are not going to flood anymore in the society.
University's 10-year strategy plan under the Faculty of Entrepreneurship has adopted a strategy of monetary entrepreneurial projects.
Equipment, both hardware and software. I kindly employ a ministry to give the university assistance to boost this project.
Going forward, the university plans to establish an ICT campus to promote e-learning.
Educational horizon with integrated impact. In the life journey of 30 years, the university has had to weather so many storms characteristic of every private higher education institute.
Milestone enabled me to interact with the different communities across the country to find out the way we can assist them as broadcasters or as engineering within broadcasting.
The Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, said higher education creates social impact in society, emphasizing that science plays a key role in finding solutions to the day-to-day challenges.
Realize that there is a need to have connectivity in all corners of the country. ICT became an imperative because many students demanded that they should continue to access the learning virtually.
He expressed the need for higher institutions of learning to embrace ICT and that government is doing what it takes to ensure connectivity all over the country.
We have covered all the corners of the country. We are also discussing with satellite companies so that we can supplement the fiber with satellite technology, so that we have internet all over the country to facilitate daily transactions, including education, including business, because now things depend on technology and we want to move very fast.
The graduation was held under the theme Transcending Educational Horizons with Integrated Impact. Robert Katamba and Joseph Muyingo reporting for you.
Congratulations right there, and of course to our very own Farida Namfuka, just witnessing upon her achievement. Now, in other updates of the day, National Information Registration Authority, NIRA, is considering introducing iris recognition technology to cater for all groups of people, including the elderly. This comes at a time where about 15.8 million national IDs are due to expire in 2024 and 2025 as the second phase of registration draws closer. This was shared during an interface between NIRA officials and members of the Social Protection Forum of the Ugandan Parliament. Details in this particular report.
It is from challenges of capturing data using fingerprints that National Information Registration Authority found the need to secure another expertise. Iris recognition technology has now been zeroed on as one of the most effective alternatives. This is what will be used in the second phase of citizen registration as 15.8 million national IDs move close to expiry.
It is unique to an individual, and the iris, the way the iris appears cannot be the same like any other person.
This comes in the wake of complaints of failure to register the elderly over worn-out fingerprints.
So right now we use fingerprints, facial and text recognition technologies, but we want also to strengthen that technology with the iris recognition technology, because the other three have their own limitations.
By August next year, we hope to have had a new system in place. The reason why it has been phased out, among other reasons, is that one, the technology needs to be upgraded.
Even for cars, you find that if we used to have a model 2010, now on 2022, a car can sense and say, now rain is beginning, and the wipers will be on. I think that is the level that we must be able to reach. So if we have detected that there's a problem with the fingerprints, let us go for the iris.
These are some of the shortcomings that NIRA officials shared with members of the Social Protection Forum of Parliament. Poor technology and gross understaffing are some of the challenges that MPs saw for themselves.
I'm so much excited about is to find that there is birth and death registration going on. And of course, the other one, which is coming on board, the one of marriage.
This time we need to really make it fair so that everybody must access, and then access easily, because they have threatened too much, which is not okay. Then to me, then they should make it fair so that people can benefit easily.
Currently, NIRA has a strength of 50.4% staff, implying a shortage of 49.6%. This is why NIRA officials want Uganda to benchmark from the neighboring Republic of Kenya.
They have been at it for the last over 20 years. And we also learned that they were, unlike us, not mixing registration with civil registration.
With understaffing coupled with budget cuts, MPs are now considering a budget support to enable full functionality and operational capacity of NIRA. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thank you, Henry Okrut. Uganda is to host the second annual East African Court of Justice, a judicial conference from the 26th to 28th October 2022 at Mistil Hotel in Kampala. This was communicated by the First Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East African Community Affairs, Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, during a media briefing in Kampala. For over the past 20 years, the East African Court of Justice has been conducting court sessions in Arusha, Tanzania, although with 8 officers in the different East African member states. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is expected to be the guest of honor. The second annual East African Court of Justice Judicial Conference will be held under the theme Transforming Access to Justice in the East African Community. Hearing session of cases will be open to the public.
The commercial division of the Court of Uganda, and it will be preceded by a judicial officers conference. They are going to spend from the 24th to 28th in the conference, and then after that they'll start the hearing of the cases. Now there will be in two sets. What we call the court of first instance. There will be 5 cases for which they are going to deliver judgments because they already had them. There will be others, 11, which are for hearing, and then another 5, which are for scheduling for future hearings. Similarly, in the Court of Appeal, they also have a number of cases for delivery of judgments on cases that have already been heard. They also have appeals which will take place from here, and then others where they are going to schedule hearings. All cases are majorly filed by citizens of East Africa against the Secretary General of the community, against the Attorney Generals of the different countries on issues affecting the treaty.
We'll take a short break. When we return, I'll give you more updates and lots of activities that did transpire as far as today is concerned. So do stay with us.
Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Mbara and Jinja.
Fellow Ugandans, did you know that we are losing wetlands at an alarming rate? Wetlands are the most threatened ecosystems, disappearing 3 times faster than the forests. Dear ones, we risk losing species to extinction and a lot of wetlands at maintaining our environment. Let us all be concerned, conserve, and restore our wetlands. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Water and Environment, Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Uganda National Meteorological Authority, in partnership with the Interreligious Council, with support from Government of Uganda, Green Climate Fund, and the United Nations Development Programme.
Did you know that washing your hands with soap and running water can save you and your family from 40% of preventable diseases in Uganda? Always wash your hands with soap and running water before feeding the baby, before preparing and serving food, food after cleaning the baby's bottom after visiting the toilet. Global Hand Washing Day National Celebration 2022 will be held in Wizibwera Grounds, Barara District on the 28th of October under the theme Unite for Universal Hand Hygiene. The chief guest will be Right Honorable Anita Annette Among, the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Water and Environment with support from UNICEF, GIZ Sanitation for Millions, Water for People, IRC, and Engineers Without Borders East Africa.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149 *10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149 *10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149 *10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network. It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149 *10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149 *10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149 *10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
News tonight it is. It's a pleasure to have your company coming to you live from Broadcast House Nile Avenue. And Mohamed Mugalu and I are here to serve you much better. Now getting into other updates as far as today is concerned. The Chabazin of Soga, through Darlene Skilling Project, is imparting skills and providing vocational training to school dropouts as a way of positioning them for opportunities that require hands-on experience to execute and improve their standards of living. This was witnessed during the project skills assessment of school dropout teenagers in Kamoli district. Joshua Kagoro gives a detailed story on that particular update.
The government of Uganda is scaling up efforts to improve education levels of Ugandans. However, there is an increasing number of children dropping out of school, especially among the poor families, particularly the girl child. According to the National Service Delivery Survey, early pregnancy contributes tremendously to the number of school dropouts in Kamoli district. We interacted with 18-year-old Shamim Nangovi, who narrates her ordeal before she dropped out of school.
Nafuna olubuto nga nina emyaka 17. Tata w'omwana eyanfunisa olubuto yadduka.
I was impregnated while studying and I couldn't go back to school. When the Chabazinga project came to me, it was a second chance in life.
Aweereza wano ebintu ate butitika asoma. Nakoba baba bwaweereza ebintu kamale gasalawo nje ndege ekyalaani.
Nakumu okusoma. I dropped out of school because of poverty and lack of enough knowledge in class.
According to the United Nations fact findings of September 2021 on Uganda's teenage pregnancies, out of 290,291 teenage pregnancies, 6,535 were from Kamoli district. Hence, the current district school dropout rate of 31%. This predicament is attributed to negligence of parents and ancient parental doctrines.
Some of them, of course, get pregnant along the way and they find themselves not able to go back to school. But my office is trying its level best together with other district stakeholders. we are moving around sensitizing all parents first of all, because it's the parents. Some parents don't care, they don't care, and you find a parent who is saying, I didn't go to school. So some parents have not really, they have not valued education yet.
George Mawanda is a parent of 5, a farmer, and a former teacher from Kiwolero village, Nawigulu sub-county. He appoints an accusing finger at modernity and technology, arguing that they have played a pivotal role in leading children astray.
Nafu abaana tubabuulirira naye engeri gye bagenda ku masomero ne balaba vidiyo ne bayingira mu biduula ne b'omugamba ebibyo abatakyabifaako.
We guide and counsel the children, but because of the impoverishment in the area, they listen to sugar daddies who give them money and end up impregnating them.
Ze bateyagalidde lwa bwavu bwaffe n'abo basuga daddi ababatika embuto lwakuba baba ku busente.
But there is a glimmer of hope for these children. The Chawazinga initiative, Dalain Skills, was born in Chitayunjwa sub-county to offer vocational training to such teenagers to acquire skills and develop competencies that can enable them to participate in society.
This initiative is for Chawazinga, and then the project is called Developing Lives, Livelihood and Nutrition. We teach tailoring and hairdressing, and this project gave us free materials. Here we have large population of girls, most especially those school drop out. The population is too high, so if they drop out from school, they come here and we help them to get or to acquire skills.
Since the birth of this project, beneficiaries told UBC what they have been able to attain.
Ayakati, nsobola okutunga esaati, nsobola okutunga ekiteeteeyi, eskaati, sofa ekiseera kye twakamali okubaako nga tuwezeeku.
The government of Uganda, through the Microfinance Support Center, also approved a 360 million shillings budget to help young girls who were impregnated and dropped out of school.
Abaana 12 mu Busoga muno abadde okuba mu skilling program we. Twebaze no minister, twebaze no right honorable Kadaga, twebaze no Microfinance Support Center. Okuba anti program we.
We shall continue looking for money to extend it to Micro Support Center to support such programs, because it is that arrangement is also very, very important, because those young mothers really that left school because they became mothers, and as a result of COVID, they are there, they are stuck, and we need to skill them.
Imparting employable skills to school dropouts does not only address the plight of these children, but also renew their hope for a brighter future. But the most asked question is, to whose fault is this devastating situation of school dropouts attributed? Joshua Kagoro for UBC News in Nawanyago Sub-County, Kamuli District.
Thank you so much, Joshua Kagoro, for that wonderful update, initiating the girl child and, of course, reducing on the school dropout rate. Now, another update of the day, Joint Security Forces in Karamoja have intensified road patrols on all entry and exit roads to Karamoja with the intention of reducing raids, importation of illicit warrant and the movement of illegal guns. According to the security forces in the region, this move does not go against the President's directive of removing roadblocks, but only helps deal with insecurity in the volatile sub-region.
Illegal importation of illicit warrant, movement of stolen animals and illegal guns have been minimized in Karamoja region for the past month since security mounted roadblocks along all highways. This has not only led to restoration of peace and security in the region, but has also caused fluctuation of prices of some commodities.
Yeah, red blocks, they were helpful. Actually, they were helping us because even some of these stolen cows, they could even block them on the way. They stop the trucks, some of the vehicles. Some of these motorcycles, when they are stolen, we call the red blocks to support from some other red blocks. Now, when the red blocks, they are really open like this, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yes, removing them maybe will stop inconveniencing the movement of other traders. Maybe these roadblocks used to be used as another fund sourcing roadblocks, like one we had in between somewhere around Akiloro. There is a roadblock there, which has been one of the draining roadblocks, draining businessmen, those who could go carry some foodstuffs to Lokiriama, that is across the border in the Kenyan side, and those who could come from there.
Could be very happy and thinking that they would take advantage of the absence of the roadblocks. And especially now here in Karamoja, others will think now they can transport cows because there are no roadblocks.
According to the police spokesperson in Karamoja sub-region, AIP Mike Longole, as security, they won't give room to bandits to take advantage of the laxity, but will instead intensify road patrols across the country.
If we introduce some patrol, at least there they will always be scared that if you try here, you may get patrol. But the other time they knew at such a place there is a roadblock. And now that if government introduces some patrols, I think that it will even serve better than the former roadblock as we used to have. Because personally, I have intercepted so many jerrycans of water.
The deployments of people to monitor the roads and other routes we are doing it. Does not mean that after removing the road barriers, the criminality will come back. No, criminality comes back to Karamoja. We shall continue monitoring our roads through our surveillance, our methods, which we will put in place to see that criminality is reduced in Karamoja.
Similarly, police in Nakapiripirit district have arrested 6 people alleged to be dealing in illicit warrage. The suspects were arrested after an attempt to bribe the district police commander, Joseph Bongo.
When the man reached there, he said he was only remaining with 800,000. So he requested that I release the vehicle and I take the 800,000 and the balance, because he was proposing to give me 1 million. And the balance of the 200,000 was to give me the following day. So I accepted. I told him to bring the money, but of course I had alerted one of my officers to take the photos when he was counting the money and when he was giving me. So that money, I received it and I exhibited it, and I charged the owner of the waraji, called Lokui Mark, for trying to bribe me. And the
6 who were found in possession of 450 jerrycans of illicit warrage include Mark Okwi, Salim Umar, John Aboka, Noah Lowell, John Otiang, and Mark Imoko. The suspects were taken to court and paraded before Nakapiripirit Grade 1 Magistrate and were later remanded to Namalu Prison until October 26, 2022.
In another conversation, Uganda People's Defense Forces in Karamoja have denied allegations of intended murder of Loyep Lokaris, a suspected dealer in firearms. During a condone and search operation in Lokotumo village, Lotizan sub-county, that took place in the wee hours of the night of October 12, 2022, Loyep Lokaris was accidentally shot at as he tried to escape.
Of 2022. Loyep Lokeris was accidentally shot at in Lokutomo village, Lotizan sub-county, as he tried to escape during the cordon and search operation conducted by the UPDF.
The eldest Muse of 52 years was killed by the army, and they didn't inform the community. And after killing the Muse, and they hidden the Muse somewhere, the body of the Muse, then they covered him near some grass, some kabush just near the village. But when the people were really released from the Gordon and Sash. When now they are going to help themselves, they found the body hidden somewhere.
The Joint Security Forces organized an operation and conducted a cordon and search in the identified Manyata, where we met resistance and had an exchange of fire with armed criminals. In the process, the criminal gangs tried to flee away, leading to shooting of one of them in the west by the operational forces, who was later found dead and identified as Loyep Lokeris.
The operation followed intelligence information that Lokeris, who is a former convict of firearms after being released, had again rearmed himself together with other warriors and have been in hiding.
We are not saying that we are refusing this operation. We need the operation to continue. But now really, this issue of killing the innocent people, like now when you are to see a person, is not armed. Why do you have to kill a person? And moreover, this holy person, why do you have to kill? Then again, to make it worse, they say how was having a running stomach and he was tying in his stomach. He was just going to help himself. He was just shot there and then. Now this Muse left 8 children, plus his wife and the relatives.
But still would subscribe and belong to the Armed Cattle Rustlers Network. Our intelligence had given information that Loyep Lokeris had a gun and a reason as to why the operation had to be conducted. However, in the due process, as he fled, his accomplice took away the legal gun.
However, area leaders and some sections of the locals have continued to apportion blame on some UPDF soldiers for their misconduct. The LC3 chairperson for Lotizan sub-county, John Robert Adupa, says sometimes the UPDF makes mistakes during the operations, especially those carried out during the wee hours of the morning.
My request to the security personnel that let us work together where there is Gordon and such. Unless if you're to see a person who is armed, that's the person you can act at. Now, a person who is not armed, why do you have to kill? Instead, you would have arrested. Then we see what happens.
The 3rd Division spokesperson, Isaac Oware, says the deceased, after being freed on crimes of illegal possession of firearms that he had initially served for 10 years at Luzira Government Prison, he still returned and started from where he had stopped.
Government prison for illegal possession of firearm.
Namely, he has never even they have arrested when they arrested him. He was arrested as a team, but he had no gun at that time.
Together with other joint security forces, the UPDF has promised lasting peace and pursuit of all criminal elements that are still at large in Karamoja and neighboring regions.
So, I'm here to announce that the MTN Kampala Marathon is back. And this year, we are running for babies. To be clear, I am not talking about a baby. No. And neither am I talking about to be baby. I am talking about these small dollars.
Run for babies in the MTN Kampala Marathon on Sunday, 20th November 2022. Dial star 165 star 77 hash or use the Momo app to register.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
The Electricity Disputes Tribunal is a specialized quasi-judicial body established under Section 93 of the Electricity Act to handle all civil cause disputes relating, but not limited to, regulatory disputes, billing and licensing, tariffs, power generation, transmission and distribution issues, compensation resulting from activities in the electricity sector, including civil wrongs and breaches of statutory and contractual duties and consumer-related complaints. The Electricity Disputes Tribunal is a special court and the first instance court that deals with electricity matters in the country. For more information, please contact the Electricity Disputes Tribunal at Amber House, Kampala Road, opposite Post Office, or call us on 041 232987.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
News Tonight it is on to business this Friday, and we are live from Broadcast House. Now, Stanbic Bank has marked 160 years since it was founded as a standard group in South Africa by John Peterson in 1862. The bank is currently operational in 22 African countries, including Uganda, with a customer base of over 15 million across Africa.
The company was founded in 1862. The motto was, let the standards go forward. To this day, we still honor those principles and still serve.
What started as a dream by John Peterson in 1862 as a community financial institution is now a multi-billion-dollar financial institution operating in 22 African countries, including Uganda.
For 160 years in the making. And I'm pretty certain I speak for all of us here today and everybody who's zooming in when I say that I believe it will be long into the future as well.
This Friday, Standard Group staff, clients and management across Africa celebrated the 160 years of the bank's founding in Uganda. Celebrations were held at Serena Hotel. Exactly 11:36 a.m., there was a spontaneous celebration across all Stanbic branches across the 22 countries where it is operating, with its main celebrations held in South Africa.
A warm and sunny good morning from Kampala in Uganda.
In Uganda, the celebrations were also in recognition of the country's 60 years of independence.
Happy birthday, Standard Bank! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Stanbic Bank! Happy birthday! Another 160 years of success. All the best.
The bank employs 832 local and international staff across the country.
Bank of Uganda has a very close and collaborative relationship with Stanbic, again by virtue of their size, but also the fact that Stanbic has tended to be...
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
More latest updates from business. Makerere University students and the public want more job apprenticeship and job opportunities in the oil and gas sector. They believe increased local content and locals employed in the oil and gas sector will provide a youth with significant earnings and empower them socially and economically.
Oil and gas stakeholders from the public and private sector converged at Makerere University for an oil and gas symposium. The event was geared at bridging the information gap in Uganda's nascent oil and gas industry.
Also related to agriculture, the oil companies also implementing what we call an agriculture development program, where different value chains have been identified, like piggery, rice farming, vegetables, and local communities are being helped to meet the standards, but also look for markets even beyond the oil and gas sector.
Mandates and roles of the key sector players and the status of the project implementation were highlighted.
We need roughly 5 meters of the 30 meters is to store the topsoil, where we can then put it back when the construction activities are finished. And because we keep the same topsoil that was there in the first place, then the indigenous vegetation can grow back, and so a pipeline is, in my opinion, a low impact environmental activity.
There's a lot of coordination between several government actors. These are simply government agencies that are down there and they're doing a lot of work. There are management tools that are being developed, including the National Spill Contingence Plan and regulations. All these are these are laws that have been developed in terms of environment, simply targeting the oil and gas sector as well.
Having a conversation with students is seen as critical in interesting them in the project, which has an immense job and business opportunities, in addition to keeping them abreast with the project development. According to the General Manager, Total Energies Uganda, Uganda's oil and gas project makes more sense today than it will make 20 years later.
Local companies, we need to help them, of course, to help them understand what is the level of expectation, and we should not use that to discard them and saying they cannot compete, but it's a bit like what we do in safety. When you say that the safety performance and safety awareness is not at the level, okay, we still sign the contract, but we put more supervision, we help them to develop.
The Total CEO is confident the resources from the sector will have a snowball effect and open up unlimited opportunities, especially for the youthful Ugandans.
We as students and the youth have been encouraged to look out for opportunities from the contractors and the operator companies. There are also various opportunities for local companies from Uganda to actively participate within the industry.
Dennis Igoa and Juman Samba for UBC Business.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149 *10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149 *10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149 *10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Thank you so much for watching and staying. Now to sports. The Marylebone Cricket Club ended its tour to Uganda on a high with a 5-wicket win over the chairman's 11. The 40-over match played in Entebbe was the final game of the club's 5th tour to Uganda. The club was also hosted to a farewell dinner at the British High Commissioner's residence. Our State Minister for Sport, Peter Ogwang, was the guest of honor. We have a detailed story.
Marylebone Cricket Club, the oldest cricket club in the world, ended its 5th tour to Uganda on a high after defeating the chairman's club's first 11 by 5 wickets. Teams collected 152 runs for 5 wickets and 101 all out, respectively. This was MCC's 4th win on this particular tour, having lost 1 match in Jinja. The team also drew in a 2-day mini-test cricket match against the Cricket Cranes.
We've had a great time, start to finish, to be honest. We've been so well looked after all the way from starting in Jinja, obviously playing a lot of cricket over here in Tebe, and obviously going down to Kamengo Oval. The hospitality's been phenomenal. We've felt privileged, and I think we've been blown away by the standard of the Ugandan cricketers coming over here. And I could list a handful of names that are definitely the future of Ugandan cricket and show incredible promise. So that's sort of been talked about in the group would be Juma Miyagi, 19-year-old lad, brilliant pace bowler, one of the quickest some of the guys have faced in all forms of cricket and as professional cricketers.
Other teams' farewell dinner held at the British High Commissioner's residence. State Minister for Sports, Peter Ogwang, said partnerships like these can help Ugandan cricket grow further.
Melbourne Cricket Club, which is from the United Kingdom, came to Uganda, and it's under the partnership of the British High Commission to work closely with the Uganda Cricket Association. They have been here, they have played games. What they do, they also support the Uganda Cricket Association with the equipment, but also when they come here, they identify the best cricketers who can be taken to play for professional cricket in the United Kingdom and other parts of the world. So here, on behalf of the government of Uganda, I thank them and want to call upon all other partners, all the other embassies which are here, who can support us in the development of various sports.
And I'm sure that you're impressed by, as we say, by the men and women who are making great strides to raise Uganda's flag high in this game, demonstrated by the Cricket Cranes and their recent success at the ACA Africa T20 Cup, which we congratulate you for. Continued partnership with Uganda for developing the sport at community level and also supporting the progress of the Uganda Cricket Cranes. We wish for future successes for the Cricket Cranes and also for the Victoria Pearls, who I know are represented here tonight, who are the ladies' team, which is equally important.
MCC's fifth tour to Uganda started on the 2nd of October with the club visiting Jinja, Kamengo and Entebbe Cricket Oval. The club returned to England Friday afternoon. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
Thank you, Grace. And now, finally, from sports, 16-time national champions, that is SC Villa, continued their promising start to the Star Times Uganda Premier League by beating rivals Express 2-0 for their second win of the season. Ivan Serubiri and Charles Mbale scored the goals at Motesa 2 Stadium. Wankulukoko this Friday as the Jogos, that is Salongo Jogo, went second on the log with 7 points from 3 matches. On their part, Express, who stay on 4 points from 3 matches, are 5th. Both sides cancelled each other out in the first half. For Villa, they needed their goalkeeper Martin Elungat to be at his A game to keep out Ivan Mayanja and Alan Kayua among other serves. But it is Villa who broke the deadlock as Serubiri beat an Express goalkeeper Dennis Oltim from a direct free kick on 55 minutes. Before the Red Eagles could even take in the shock, Ivan Bogere released Bale, who had come on for Joseph Kafumbe. Bale was in the mood, beating our team in the Red Eagles goal to score in an empty net on 57 minutes. The result never changed.
That ball, once he's back again, Katongole. Oh, give it away. Yeah, they come, but a save.
Well, those are some of the updates for this particular hour. More current affairs will be coming your way at the hour of 10 p.m. and I'll be right here in this same point to give you those particular current affair updates coming your way. And I'll still be in the company of Muhammad Mugalu, giving you the sign language interpretation. Thank you so much for keeping us company. Keep watching UBC. Better programs are coming your way shortly after these messages.
The family of the late Musei Alunyu Frederick Ogwal overtake Okwal Amor clan at Dieda village, Bobby Sub-County, Omoro district, announces the memorial prayers of their late father, scheduled for Saturday, the 29th of October, 2022, at their ancestral home in Dieda village, starting with the Holy Mass at 10 a.m. Informed are Honorable Major General Francis Okello, Awitong Atek Okwo Amor clan, Member of Parliament of Tochi County, Omoro County, Agago West County, and Kilak County, family of the late Roth Okello Joseph, Woman MP Omoro, the staff and management of UBC, Centenary Bank, Gulu University, St. Joseph College Laibi, Gulu High School, DFCU Bank Lila Branch, Christ the King PTC, Gulu Public, Favor of God Primary School, Chairman LC5 of Omoro and Gulu, RDC of Omoro and Gulu, Director and staff of Lacho Seminary, relatives, friends and in-laws.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 5 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.